What's up, gentlemen?
What's happening?
What's going on?
Oh, yeah, it's not too bad. You're right. It's not too bad at all.
Beautiful day.
Yes. It's
A
week
beautiful
11.
Sunday morning.
Week 11, boys. Week 11. We are here with SteelCity Rips. Scotty, say what it do to the people.
Scott?
What? I said what's up. I said what's up to the people. Look, it's a beautiful Sunday morning.
I didn't hear
Did you, the big deal, Mr. Red, did you hear Scott say what's up?
Yes, I did.
What the fuck? Nobody asked you, Red. Alright, anyway. Mr. Publichouse Polls also on with us. What's up, Pub?
What's happening, bro? What's happening to the people? How are we doing today? It's beautiful outside. Go outside and run around your house.
Safely, though, with a helmet on.
I'll be right back.
We got some good games today, though.
We do. I'm excited about this. Excited about this week. So we'll start off. We'll just get it going, and then we can start talking about maybe some prop bets and stuff like that. So Lions at the Browns. What are y'all's thoughts here? Let's start with Steel City.
No, earlier in the week, I did like the Lions plus 12.5. But what's the spread you just saw? I just saw 13 when I checked earlier. So
yeah, it's minus 13 right now, and I'm getting the up to date lines up on the board.
Yeah, and they are in Cleveland. The dog pound. I still like the Lions at any week to get their first win of the season. They did get their first non-loss of the season against us last week. We had some players injured, but still it's the Lions. I don't know. I kind of leaning towards Lions plus 13. I think I'm going to take the points. 13 is a lot of points in the NFL, so I think I'm going to take the points. The Browns haven't looked too great. So I think I'm going to take the points. Lions plus 13 is what I'm going to go with.
Lions plus 13. What do you think on this, Pub?
I think the Browns are going to shit the bed. I really do. I think Baker is hurt. I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. What's the over-under on that game?
It's 42.5.
Okay. I'd like to take the under on this game because I think it's going to be a pretty well under. I'm thinking possibly like, I don't know, a 10 to 18 situation.
Interesting score right there, but yeah, okay, all right, I can see it. I am going to be in a little bit of a showdown here with the both of y'all, I think, in a way. I'm with the Browns, and so is the chef, the elusive chef, who should be on this call with us. But once again, it's a hard guy to lock down, so, you know, we'll see what happens in the future. But we are on the Browns. We are on the Browns to cover for circa minus 11. I got it down to minus. I'm going to take it to 9.5 on that. I do like the Lions to sort of do something in this, but I think this is a game that the Browns sort of have to. They have to do something after getting their ass kicked last week against the Patriots. I mean, this is the Lions. You can't do that at home. They should come out to play. This is sort of a must-win for them just as much as it could be for the Lions. I'm thinking Lions actually get their first win next week for Thanksgiving against the Bears. So look at that one, I think, as the first win for the Lions. So I'm on the Browns here. All right.
I mean, I think that's a really bad move.
That's fair. You know, we will see what happens, Mr. Pub. That is a showdown game between, I guess, me versus y'all. So that's cool. You know, I'll be the one-man wolf pack. That's all right.
I don't hate the minus 9 play. 9.5. I like it.
All right. Colts Bills. Pub, what do you got on this one?
I need the Colts. I need the Colts to win and have a great game. I think the Bills have kind of been rocky the past couple weeks. So I'm really on the Colts side. What's the points on the Colts?
Let's see. So it's +7 for Colts. The over/under is at 49.5.
I'm gonna hammer that +7 for the Colts. I think they get it done all the way. I think they win, but actually, I'd buy that half point to go to +7.5. To be honest,
Okay.
for the Colts. That's where I would be on it.
Okay.
But Colts can get it done if the Bills have a shitty week.
SteelCity, who you got?
You know, I think I'm sticking with the Bills, but I bought it down to 6.5, just that half point, because, you know, I'm a little scared of the Colts. They got Jonathan Taylor, who is going to be the leader in rushing yards after this week since Derrick Henry's hurt. The Colts also have a pretty good defense. They got my boy Kenny Moore out there, best slot cornerback in the NFL. He's going to make some plays, but they're in Buffalo, Bills Mafia. There's going to be tables breaking outside. Those people are crazy. I think Buffalo's going to win. And I like Buffalo -6.5.
All right, right on. For me, this is a game that I'm just not touching. It's too much of a toss-up either way. Potential playoff matchup as well. So for me, this is just one that I'm going to sit back and watch the fireworks on. But I'll let y'all go with that showdown matchup. That's no problem. I'll wait to see what happens there. Ravens Bears, boys. We got Ravens -4 at the Chicago Bears today. Lamar is still questionable. No announcement yet on him if he's going to go. What are we thinking?
Man, I think it all comes down to Lamar. I think everything comes down to Lamar. I actually took this game with the Ravens -5.5, so the points are swinging the opposite direction. The Bears played the Steelers close. I mean, Justin Fields is an athlete, so you never know what's going to happen. But I don't know. If Lamar doesn't play, I like the Bears. I think Bears with the points, or maybe even Bears money line. If Lamar does play, then I just swing it the opposite direction and go, Ravens -4.
I'm actually going to hammer exactly what he just said. This game scares me until I know about Lamar, and also it scares me in fantasy because I have Lamar.
A little closer to the mic, Jared.
I apologize. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you much better. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I was going to say, this one scares me because of Lamar. In fantasy football also, because I have Lamar. So I'm going to stay away from this game unless we get word that Lamar's going to play in the next 30 minutes.
That's just a stay away from you?
For the next 30 minutes, it's a stay away for me. We'll see.
I mean, that's fair.
He's out. I just got it in. You're hearing it here first, all right?
Fuck.
Just in, Lamar Jackson is out.
That hurts.
I got him as my quarterback too, so I got to make a quick little play here.
I got to make a quick change as well in the fantasy.
That hurts. So, me and the chef, I had a feeling he wasn't going to go. I'm not going to jump on him now, obviously, but we did take them for the circa pick. I'm going to strike Chef down where he stands for that one because he was adamant that Lamar was going to go. Now I think that one's really a toss-up. I'm going to keep it 100. I do not know who the Ravens' backup is. I knew who their backup was with RG3. I don't know who the backup is right now. Is it the old Penn State quarterback that's going to get the start now?
I'll tell you, just 1 second.
I mean, I think that's going to be, with Lamar not in the game, I think that the Bears could.
I mean, I would almost lean to the under there now. If anything on that game, I would probably think the under. Under 43 for the Bears and the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, at most, that's a 21-21 game.
Who's going to get the start?
I'm trying to figure that out. Hold on.
All right.
Tyler Huntley.
Oh, God.
I think I'd rather see Trace McSorley.
That's the old Utah quarterback, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd like to see McSorley in there.
Yes, it is the old Utah quarterback. Yep.
Yeah, I'm leaning to the under. I'm gonna get on the under in that game.
I like the under.
I'm gonna take it to under 44.5.
Give me the under. I'm in.
All right, SteelCity rocking with me for the under.
What is the under you said? Sorry.
44.5, Pub.
I like it.
He likes it. We're all in on the under. That kind of makes me nervous now for the under. All right, next game is the Packers and the Vikings. Again, Lamar Jackson is out. You heard it here first from our lead newsman, Mr. Publichouse Polls. Next game is Packers at the Vikings. I need the current up-to-date line. I believe it's Vikings plus 1.5. Does that sound right, guys? What is happening over to my right? It's a madhouse this Sunday. We're drinking some good drink. We got the big deal here who's eating crackers and cheese and tormenting my dog. And we got SteelCity rips and Publichouse pulls on. It's a great Sunday. Again, we should have done this. We're going to start doing this show Friday nights. So scheduled accordingly. But yeah, this is a good show so far. I enjoy it. I'm looking up the spread, the active spread for this Packers Vikings. What do we got? Yeah, it's Green Bay minus 1. Green Bay minus 1.5. SteelCity, let's start with you.
Look, I like the Vikings plus 1.5 here. A.J. Dillon's going to get his first, real start. So I do like the prop bet on this one's A.J. Dillon's over rushing yards. I think he's going to ball out. He's huge. He just doesn't get as many touches with Aaron Jones in there. I think he's going to be fine. But I like the Vikings plus 1.5. This is a must-win game for them. Kirk Cousins, I don't know. They find a way in some of these games where they shouldn't have a chance at winning to be there in the last drive to have a chance to kick a field goal and win. So it's basically a pick 'em. I like the plus 1.5 for the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers is back, but I think he's going to be a little shaky. He lied, right? He's sick. He got the COVID. So I don't know. For me, it's Vikings plus 1.5, and I think they might even money line it. I think it's going to be a field goal game, last possession, and I think Kirk Cousins is going to take down the field. That's what I'm thinking.
Banking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. Mr. Publichouse, how do you feel about that, sir?
I like Packers at minus 5. I think the Packers dominate.
Okay, so you're saying Packers money line, basically.
Yes, I'm saying Packers money line, but I'm going to fucking buy them at minus 5. I'm that confident. It's better than the money line. Am I wrong to say that?
I'm confused, but I appreciate your confidence.
I'm going to take them at an alternate spread, okay? Is that better?
At a half point. I mean, that's just, yeah. I mean, go for it. So you're basically just saying the Packers are going to win and it's not going to be a tie. No matter what. That's basically what you're doing by taking that half point. You're banking it's not going to be a tie.
Yeah.
Interesting. If it's a tie, sir, we'll be discussing this come Friday. I will tell you that.
I hope it's a tie. Nothing would make me happier than this game ending in a tie. Because I win, and then Publichouse has to explain why he bought down to 0.5.
That would be hilarious. All right. This is a stay away game for me. I don't like it either way. I'm with you, Steel City. I think the Vikings this is a must win for them. This is Kirk Cousins' best year in fucking ever. Excuse my language. But at the same time, this is sort of like a game that Aaron Rodgers should win. He's back with a full week with his team after that COVID stuff. He should perform well. The Vikings secondary is still a little suspect, even though they did make some additions this year with Patrick Peterson and some others. I don't know. I think the Packers will be able to bottle up Dalvin Cook pretty well. If I had to lean a side, I'd probably lean Aaron Rodgers towards the money line side, but I could definitely see the Vikings winning. For me, it's a do not play, but I could totally see either side for sure. All right.
I'm ready for the next one on the list.
Well, the next one on the list, sir, is Bengals and Raiders. Bengals and Raiders.
I'm jumping in here because I'm ready.
Well, the Bengals are -1.5. Take it.
Yeah, well,
Take it.
Steelers are the best team in the AFC North, and I hate the Bengals. Joe Burrow is really good at football. I will agree with that he's going to be the future there. This game for me is kind of like the last game for you, Miami and Mike, that I'm staying away from it because this is a double must-win for both teams. This is a must-win for Oakland, a must-win for Cincy. They've started strong. They dropped some games. They both need to win this game, which means I don't know what's going to happen. There's going to be some crazy catch is going to happen, some weird blocked special teams. Something weird is going to happen to go either way for one of these teams, and that's how someone's going to win. It looks like the over is 50.5. I kind of like the over. I think it's going to be a shootout. So I kind of like the over here, but that's about it. I'm not taking a spread either way. I'm scared to touch this one.
Fair. What do you think, Pub?
I love the Raiders, man. I think they've had a really hard year, but they're pushing through it. And I think Derek Carr kind of overcomes that young quarterback in Joe Burrow this week. What is the Raiders at in points? What's their spread?
+1.5, so you get them up to 3.
Yeah, I would take that. I would take them at +3.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I was on the Raiders too at the beginning of the week. I think I'm still going to be on them. I think really the difference maker is that defensive line. I think they get after Burrow all day long. I don't really think they give him a chance to throw the ball. Makes them one-dimensional. If Joe Mixon can't get it going either, I think it's going to be a long day for the Bengals, and they're looking at 3 losses in a row. Both of these teams have 2 losses on a 2-loss streak right now. Both of them are kind of in a must-win situation in order to keep up in their divisions. I like the Raiders to get it done. I think they've had a better schedule against some better teams over the course of this year. They fought through a lot of adversity. I'm with the Raiders. I'm with you, Pub. Next one we're going to talk about is the Texans and the Titans. Texans at the Titans. So the Titans are favored by 10, and the over-under is 44.5. Steel City, your thoughts?
My thoughts are the Titans are the far superior team. I think they should dominate this game, but kind of like we talked beforehand, the Titans are unpredictable and they play to the level of their opponent. So, I mean, they're on a win streak. The Bills, the Chiefs, the Rams, the Saints, the Colts. Bills, Chiefs, and Rams are all solid teams, and they beat them all, but they also gave the Jets the first win of the season. So, this one for me, I kind of want to take Titans minus the points, but at the same time, this could be one where the Texans just outright win. So I think after our talk, I'm staying away from this one. I'm not going to touch it because the Titans are unpredictable, and I don't know, they might blow it. The Texans might win this one. And if that was a sneeze, a full face cover sneeze there, bless you, sir.
Thank you.
I've never seen anyone in my life sneeze like this.
I was trying to hide it, but I appreciate it. And Yeah. Okay. So what did you say? You said it's just a stay away from you.
I'm staying away because, like we talked earlier, the Titans play to their level of opponent, so they're going to beat the good teams like the Bills and the Chiefs, but they lost to the Jets. They're on a roll right now. I don't know. The Texans they can put up some points, so I'm just going to stay away. I think the Texans could outright win this one, or if Tennessee could run away with it. I don't know, so I'm staying away.
Fair. Publichouse, who you got?
I got the Titans. I definitely I don't agree with you guys for some reason. I just have a feeling that the Titans smashed Texas. I really do. That's where I'm at with it. I would take the Titans and the points. Titans and the spread. I'm sorry.
I got you. I mean, that's fair. I think normally I would be with you. But the fact that Derrick Henry is hurt, they don't really have that guy that they can rely on. I have zero, being a Dolphins fan, I have absolutely zero faith in Ryan Tannehill leading any team, let alone the potentially playoff-bound Tennessee Titans, especially without his goat of a running back, Derrick Henry, behind him. I mean, granted, he does have another one now with Adrian Peterson, but he's not even starting. I mean, Jeremy McNichols is still getting the carries for him. I think this is a game that, again, the Titans do, like SteelCity said, play down to their competition a little bit. If you look at their schedule prior, earlier in this year, the games that they've beat, or the games they've won, they've beaten very good teams, granted. But the games they've lost, I mean, they've been against awful teams. I mean, absolute terrible teams that they had no business losing to, they choke up on. This is sort of a must-win for Houston as well. I mean, they've had a rough year. Tyrod Taylor is getting back. This is his second full week back. Last week was his first one. He looked rough. He looked rusty. Getting back into the flow of that offense against Miami. I think this is a game where, now he's had a full week of practice again with his guy. He can really kind of, put on for Houston a little bit, upset the Tennessee Titans, and make it happen.
All right. I got to change our heart here. We got David here talking about how most of the Titans' wins have been less than 10 points over the few weeks. And that right there, put me on the Texans, plus 10.5. Put my name on it. I want it.
You're on the Texans as well?
10.5. Give me the points.
I love it.
Showdown with Public. I want it.
I love it. And that was also a circa pick from me and the chef as well. So that's one we feel pretty strongly about the Texans this week. Let's see if they get it done. New Orleans Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me check the current one. I think last time I saw it, it was, I want to say 3. Yeah, the Eagles are -3. It started the week at a pick'em. Eagles are up to -3 on this. It's in Philly. Over-under is 42. What do you think, Steel City?
Is Trevor Siemian still leading the Saints?
Trevor Siemian is still the guy for the New Orleans Saints. They do have Taysom Hill as well, but they're still using Taysom Hill like they use Taysom Hill, which is kind of extremely disrespectful to that guy because you had they paid him all that money to be a backup for Jameis or potentially their starter. Now you got Trevor Siemian, who's the starting quarterback for the Saints. He's balling. He's got 5 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. They don't have a run game, right? I believe Kamara's going to be out this week.
Kamara is out.
I don't know. I like the Eagles here. I take the Eagles -3. The Eagles have the better team. I think Devonta Smith's coming off another great game. He's up and down, so who knows? But I don't know. I would put my faith in Jalen Hurts over Trevor Siemian. On top of that, the Eagles just signed their tight end. What's he getting? Guaranteed $38 million in his new contract. So I think that, maybe he'll come out, little chip on his shoulder, come out here and ball out. He's got his money. But I'm going to go Eagles with the points -3.
Right on. What do you think, Pub?
Exactly where Scott on that. I think the Eagles -3 is a great play, and I agree. I'm on the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying I just think the Saints are just too beat and battered right now. They got all these subs in, and just I don't know. I do think that Trevor Siemian is balling. Like I said, I picked him up for fantasy to replace Lamar. So I'm hip on him throwing and stuff, but I just don't think they get it done without a run game, like Scott said.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm on the Eagles too. The chef I remember was on the Saints here. I just don't see how they continue to get it done without AK-47, Mr. Alvin Kamara back there, or AK-41 I should say. It's hard to do to put the team on the back of Trevor Siemian. I get he's having a good year. A lot of that I think is because teams don't really have a whole lot of tape on him. It's kind of that same thing as like when rookies come in or you have that initial backup come in and kind of performs. Everybody scrambles for tape because nobody really knows how to defend him. I think this is the week that they sort of get something going for Philly. This is the game that people in Philadelphia especially look at them and they go, okay, maybe Jalen Hurts is the guy. Maybe this new head coach is the guy. Maybe they can still pull this out, win the division, compete against Dallas, and get into the playoffs, and kind of give everybody hope, only to rip it from them, a little bit later on in the season. Devonta Smith Devontae Smith, I don't know why I said that. I hate when people do that shit. Devontae Smith is the top receiver as well over the past 4 weeks in the NFL. I think Jalen Hurts continues to feed him. I think he uses his ground game, his legs, gets probably plus 50 yards on the ground. I'm not sure what his current prop is for rushing, but that's something I would look for there. I like the Eagles as well. I got Jalen Hurts starting on my fantasy team, so I really hope the Eagles do it. So I'm with you guys. Let's go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Next game, which is close to Mr. SteelCity's heart, the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Chargers. Actually, it's now that I say that, it's close to Mr. Publichouse Pole's heart as well, considering his wife is a diehard Steelers fan also.
Indeed.
You guys go ahead. I'm just going to sit quietly.
I don't want to talk about this game first. So what do you think?
Sign me up, baby. Listen, Sunday Night Football.
Oh, my God.
Carrie Underwood's going to be screaming at us before the game starts. Big Ben is back. He's flying in from Pittsburgh on a private charter. Listen, I know what the people are saying.
I wish Pittsburgh was
They're
every
saying
game.
we can't beat the Chargers. Not at home. We're not going to beat them. Listen, TJ Watt is out. That hurts. Joe Hayden's out. That hurts. Kevin Dotson on the offensive line is out. That hurts. But we've got Big Ben is back. He is rested. I don't think he had a single boot on, cast on, brace on, which that's a great sign for us. Here's what I think. I think Steelers plus 7.5. Am I a little biased? Yes. Steelers plus 7.5. Sunday Night Football. Take the points. The Chargers might beat us on a field goal. Take the points. 7.5. On top of that, the Chargers have the 32nd ranked run defense in the NFL. Najee Harris over 81.5 rush yards. That's easy money. On top of that, over 31.5 receiving yards. Big Ben's back. Najee Harris is a target. He's going to get probably 5 to 6 targets this game. That's where I stand.
I had a feeling you'd be standing there, Steel City. What do you think, Pub?
What's the over-under on this game?
The over-under on that game is 47.5, sir.
So I'm going to be with Steel on the 7.5, but I'm also going to hammer the over because I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game.
I think you guys are effing nuts. I think both of you are crazy, out of your mind. I just don't see how the Steelers even get close to this. If Aaron Rodgers, look at him, and he was a week away from his squad during that COVID stuff, and look how poorly he played in his first game back, right? Think of that's Aaron Rodgers, okay? Now you're looking at Big Ben. Now you're looking at Big Ben. Hey, you had your time, all right, sir? You had your time. Now you're looking at Big Ben. Okay, he's doing the same thing. He was probably down in Macon, Georgia, going to bars in Milledgeville, talking to people he shouldn't be talking to, doing things he shouldn't been doing. And, that's Big Ben. That's who you get with Big Ben on a bye week, basically. So, the biggest thing for me is T.J. Watt being out. T.J. Watt, Joe Hayden, whatever. Minkah Fitzpatrick being out is freaking huge for that defense. Him and TJ Watt, that's literally the front and back end paws of that defense. I think the Chargers absolutely hose y'all. Joey Bosa is active for the Chargers. He's going to get after it. I wish Ian Gleason was here as well. I said his full government name. I maybe shouldn't have done that. Don't go finding him, people. But I wish he was here as well because he's a Steelers fan also. And y'all are going to get waxed this week. Joey Bosa is going to have at least 2 sacks on Mr. Old Big Ben. He's going to look lost back there. Najee will get his stats. I agree with the prop bet, Mr. Steel City. However, the Chargers get it done. Take them -6. It's the Chargers in LA. That house is going to be jumping. They're going to be there for a good time. Nobody's there is actually a Chargers fan, but the stadium's beautiful and there's alcohol. Take the Chargers. Woo! Chargers. You heard it from the big deal. You heard it.
This is a showdown here. Listen, when the Steelers are supposed to lose, like today, we play better. When the Steelers are supposed to win, when we play the Lions, we suck. That's how it goes. Yes, T.J. Watt out hurts because we had a 79 game streak of sacks until he missed his first game. I agree. We might not even get a sack tonight.
Probably won't.
We're going to be relying heavily on the big man up front, Hayward. We're going to be relying heavily on Devin Bush. Listen.
You know what?
Everybody calm down. +7.5 is the play here. We will reconvene on Friday.
I am making a change currently to my fantasy football team and putting Mike Williams in the starting lineup. You want to know why, Mr. Steel City Reds? Because Mike Williams is going to tear y'all a new one tonight. He is going to go absolutely ape. Keenan Allen, here's a prop bet for the people out there in this world. I don't know what it is, but he's going to have at least 13 receptions. 13 will have 13. You heard it here first. Book it.
All I have to say is this.
Book it.
Are we going to win outright? I am 10% sure that we'll win outright. I don't think we're going to win outright. Are we going to win with +7.5? Because that's what we're betting on here, boys. The answer to that question is yes. And there is a reason, Miami Mike, that you took, what'd you take? Minus what? 6? There's a reason you took -6 and not -7.5.
It's -6. It's -6 right now. There's no reason for me not to take. Why would I buy it up to -7.5? What's the point of that? What's the point of that?
You're strengthening my point is Vegas agrees that -6 is the play because the Chargers are going to win by 7.
Dude, no, absolutely not. The line opened up this week at -3 for the Chargers. It's gone from -3 to -6. Vegas thinks y'all are going to get hosed.
Hey, we'll see.
It's not actually true. Vegas thinks that the Steelers are going to cover probably. But
yeah, they just will see.
That's why they have left it at that and not the +7.5. But we'll see. It's a showdown pick. I like the Chargers to hose them. Look forward to that with Carrie Underwood singing their belt line out for Pittsburgh. It's not going to happen. Steel City is going down. You heard it here first. LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, his card, speaking of cards, Justin Herbert's card will be going up at the end of this evening because he's going to have a career day against the Pittsburgh Steelers in prime time.
I
Boom.
agree. And I think Najee's
Boom.
going up too.
Boom. And I'm not even the card expert. That's you two. Let me just go ahead and All right, moving on here. Cardinals at the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 3 currently. Do we have any scoopage on DeAndre Hopkins? This is crooked, going the wrong way, or Kyler Murray?
I'm pretty sure that neither of them are playing.
I know DeAndre is a no-go. Is Kyler going to play?
Kyler's a game time.
Kyler is a game time.
Not expected to make final decision until pregame warm-ups for Kyler.
Sounds like head games from old Cliff Kingsbury.
I need Kyler to play because my fantasy team is hurting. I've got Kyler and Hop, and I am in trouble if he doesn't play again.
Yeah, I have Hop on mine, and he hasn't really done a whole lot for me this year.
If Kyler doesn't play, I'm going to be the Sacco, and I'm going to be in a Waffle House for 24 hours.
I don't know, man. I think I'm right there with you. It's been a rough year. And, yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, as great as he was for me last year, this year he has been not. So, getting back to the game here, as far as, what side I'm on the Seahawks here. I think the Seahawks get it done. The chef also took the Seahawks with me. I think it's -2 for Circa. Probably take a money line straight up. But I think this is the game this is really a must-win game for the Seahawks as well, with it being a division game and kind of where they stand right now record-wise. They also pretty much hold their own pretty well against the Cardinals in the past. Even when the Cardinals have had a sort of a good team and the Seahawks have sort of struggled in the early part of the year. I feel like this is one of those games where Seattle wins and they go on a streak. They win their next 5, win their next 6. Now all of a sudden they're back in the wild card race. I like the Seahawks here to get it done against the beat-up Cardinals. What do you guys think?
I'm on the Seahawks, too. The Cardinals are just, I think they're going to sit Kyler and DeAndre. Next week they have a bye. Obviously, they're going to get that 2-week rest. Well, it's actually going to be a total of 4 weeks rest. Come back and slay their division.
Come back and slay it. What do you think, SteelCity?
Here's what I think. I would be more confident in the Cardinals if Colt McCoy played well last week. He played great against the 49ers. He had a decent game for a backup against the 49ers. The Panthers blew him out. They had a horrible game. I think that they could sit Kyler because they're 8-3, 8-2. So they're sitting high. They've got a game or two that they could throw in the terms of sit their starters, let them get healthy, go towards the back end of the season, push for the playoffs. So they could sit him today. I think it really comes down, if Kyler plays, I'm taking the Cardinals. If he doesn't, then it swings to the other way. I think the Seahawks are on that verge of they've got to start winning some games here if they want a chance to sniff the postseason. So they're going to play hard no matter what. Another factor into it is if Kyler doesn't play, James Conner, who I am still a fan of, he used to be a Pittsburgh Steelers. He's been balling out. 3 touchdowns over the last 2 games without Kyler Murray. He's been playing well. So he's been balling out. So I think that if Kyler plays, it's Cardinals for sure. If he doesn't play, I might not touch it because I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay. That's fair.
That's where I'm at. If Kyler plays, Cardinals all day.
That's fair. The only thing I would say to that is, even if Kyler plays, how much is he going to be Kyler? How much is he going to be able to do the things that make him and that offense special, especially without, DeAndre as his fallback? We'll see.
Right.
We'll see. Washington football team at Carolina Panthers. Ron Rivera going Riverboat Ron, going back to Carolina, where his head coaching career sort of popped off and got started. facing his former quarterback that he drafted, Cam Newton, starting for the Carolina Panthers. Gentlemen, what do we think? Steel City, lead us off.
I'll lead you off. Here's what I think. I think that Cam Newton is an incredible athlete. He came back last week, didn't start, got 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to get the start this week. If it's not already 100%, he's going to get the start.
Yep.
I think that they're going to make a statement. I think that Cam Newton's going to have 2 touchdowns minimum again. And I think I'm going to have to go with the Panthers here. The football team's not been playing horrible. What was it? Heineke's been driving. He's been looking okay. He's not been looking bad. If Fitzpatrick came back healthy right now, I think Heineke still plays. But they just lost Chase Young, who honestly was having a pretty pitiful season to start with. But he's out with an ACL, so that's a big hit in their defense.
Huge.
They're at home. I think the Panthers are going to take this. I think Panthers -3, Panthers money line, either way you want to go. I'm going to take them -3, and I think Cam's going to ball out.
Ding, ding, ding.
What do you think, Steel City?
What do you think? What do I think? I just told you what I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. Publichouse. It was 40 and slip. 40 and slip. Relax. All right. Publichouse, what do you think?
Hey, what's in that cup over there, Miami Mike?
I think exactly the same thing. I think that Cam's going to ball. I think that Christian McCaffrey's going to ball. I think that, the Panthers get it done, and they get it done with style. And I think Cam's going to walk off and have one of those crazy speeches he does after every big win. I don't see it going any other way besides that.
Yeah, I like the Panthers here too. I think they're going to ride the momentum of Cam. I mean, you looked on that sideline last week. He really had them all locked in, all focused on, one goal. I think that just enhances over this full week of practice. He's reestablishing that is his team, that is his organization, really. Greatest QB in that franchise's history. The only thing for me is, going against his old coach, Ron Rivera. Ron knows his weaknesses and he knows his strengths pretty well. That's not going to change a whole lot, especially for an older Cam Newton now, in variation to where he was, a couple months ago, even with the Patriots. So that's something to consider. He's going to know how to defend Cam. Going back to Carolina too is going to be emotional for him. I'm sure he's going to want to beat him. They ultimately fired him. So he's going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. His guys are probably going to play a little bit harder for him, including Taylor Heineke. Heineke is a really I like Heineke because he's kind of an old school, plays with heart, leave it all out there, chip on the shoulder kind of guy. So he's definitely going to play for the guy that gave him a chance in Ron Rivera in his homecoming. It makes me nervous for those reasons, but ultimately I'm on the Panthers as well. The chef and I took him for the Circa pick also. I just think the Panthers are going to be too much on defense. I think they'll be able to lock down the football team pretty well. And I think Cam and the Panthers will do enough on offense to get it done. I think it's low scoring. I'm not touching that over-under of 43. It's very shaky right on the line for me. But I'm with you guys. I'm on the Panthers here. But it does make me nervous. I'm a little shaky on that one, I will have to say.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up there about Ron Rivera. Didn't really consider that, but they are probably going to play harder for him. So my pick is in. I've already placed my bet with the Panthers, so it is what it is. But it's probably going to be a little bit closer game than originally thought. But then at the same time, you got Cam coming back to the Panthers. That's where he was for most of his career. So coming back, he's going to be emotional too, and I think that's going to give the Panthers something as well.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. I think you're onto something. All right, guys. Well, those are the games for this week. It is about 12:10 Eastern time, so about 50 minutes from kickoff. Let's get into real quick while we still have you. Let's talk some quick prop bets if you guys have any that you like a lot. I know Steel City mentioned a couple of them while we went through. Anytime TDs that we're looking at or any other over-unders as far as yardage or touchdowns or anything like that? Steel City, we'll lead off with you. I know we got the the Najee over rushing, over receiving. What else you got for us?
I kind of triple stacked Najee. I took the over rushing, over receiving, and over all-purpose yards of 116. I took Najee anytime scorer, and I took Najee to score 2 or more. So really going heavy on Najee, but like I said, the Chargers' run defense is non-existent. So
and you're not biased either, so that also has something to do with it.
Not biased, not even a little bit. Lamar Jackson's not playing, so that's clear. I had him. I take his over rushing every single game. Take his over rushing when he plays. He's not playing, so whatever. Stephon Diggs I like as an anytime scorer. And then, as I said before, A.J. Dillon over 79.5 rushing yards. I think that one's going to hit as well. One other one to check. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick to make sure it didn't change. And this is completely unbiased here. Something to do with passing touchdowns from our boy Big Ben. I snagged it at 0.5, over 0.5, so 1 touchdown. I snagged it at 1 touchdown earlier in the week. It is now at 1.5 with what I'm looking at here. So is he going to throw 2? That one's you're going to have to flip a coin on, but I think he's going to throw 1 for sure, so I snagged that.
Yep, I think that's a good bet.
Another anytime scorer I like is Austin Eckler. He's been scoring all the time. And then my last anytime scorer is going to be James Conner. So I like James Conner, Austin Eckler, Stephon Diggs, and Najee Harris in a little parlay, a little 4-person anytime scorer parlay. That's what I got.
Right on. I like that. I like the Austin Eckler a lot. Publichouse, what do you got for us? Anytime touchdowns? Any props that you're looking at?
I got James Conner for sure was in my props. I'm honestly thinking about taking him for 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
And then another one that I did not hear you guys that I'm pretty strong about, it's been a few weeks, is an Aaron Rodgers anytime touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers anytime touchdown against the Vikings.
Been a couple weeks. You know how he likes them. He spreads them out. So.
Yep, he does like to do it too. He likes to run against those divisional opponents for whatever reason. He runs them in for those games. So I could definitely see that. That's usually like a plus 700 too on A-Rod.
It is. So I like them, and then I like George Kittle to kind of get back in the game and get an anytime touchdown as well.
Okay.
Ooh, plus 1,400 for the anytime of Aaron Rodgers right now when I'm looking.
Aaron Rodgers is plus 1,400.
Yep, got that.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
Even if you only have $1 left in your account, throw $1 on.
That's pretty good right there. Any others for us, Publichouse?
That's what I got right now, buddy.
All right, fair. Somebody that stood out to me, I think is going to have a good game, is Brandon Cooks for the Houston Texans against that Tennessee Titans defense. I think him and Tyrod Taylor should line up pretty good. I do not know the number on it, but I think that's one to keep an eye on for sure. I think another one to keep an eye on is that Mike Williams. No Minkah Fitzpatrick back there for the Chargers. I think and no TJ Watt up front. I think that's a huge loss for the Steelers on that backside. Pause. I like the Mike Williams TD there as well. Another one to consider. Maybe even like a David Njoku for the Browns if you want like a nice flyer. I'm not sure the number on him either, but I imagine it's at least like plus 300.
Is that anytime scorer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Against the Lions at home, I think he could have a good game. Another guy to look at in that same game would be the guy whose jersey I'm wearing right now, Mr. Jarvis Juice Landry. He said a little bit something during the week, like, matter of fact, I'm not really getting any balls thrown to me either. Kind of pointing out, shooting some shots sort of deal. So I would look for Jarvis to have a big game, 7 or 8 catches against the Lions there, and probably a score also potentially. Those, I believe, would be my key games here. Cowboys, Dalton Schultz. I hope he has a good game for my fantasy team. I think he might snag one with Amari Cooper being out. I think Dak is going to have to find somebody. The Chiefs, I mean, are a suspect defense. You could go CD. I was heavy on CD last week, and I mean, he performed very, very well. This week against the Chiefs, I mean, granted, the Chiefs' passing defense and their defense overall has been absolutely awful. But I think because Amari's Cooper's out, they're going to sort of ISO CD a lot easier than they were planned on originally. For that reason, I think Dak is going to have to find some other options. Maybe a Zeke anytime touchdown against the Chiefs as well. That might be one to look at, but that's sort of where I'm at with it. What do you guys think on any of those?
I like those. I think I like most of those. I like the Zeke that you threw in there at the end, and of course I like the Eckler. One, and I don't know if you said this or not, but one that my first touchdown score in a game bet that I'm riding with this week is Nick Chubb. So you talked about the tight end there. What is it, Njoku? He's plus 260 for any time. He could have a good game, but I like that first drive. You know, if the Browns don't get the ball, they're going to stop them. And if they do get the ball, I think Nick Chubb's going to put one in the end zone on the first drive. So I like first touchdown scorer bet for this week for me is going to be Nick Chubb, and he is, I think it was like plus 425 for first touchdown scorer. Which
love that.
It's a little low, but it's Nick Chubb. So
love it. What's the anytime touchdown on Nick Chubb?
I think it's probably like minus
115, I would think.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? Funny that I never do. Every week I kick myself in the ass for doing is really sleeping on these tight ends for the anytime touchdowns. You know, tight ends are such a threat now that I usually, you know, in my mind, I kind of have it ingrained that there may be one or two tight ends in the league that get a touchdown, but a lot of these guys are getting a lot of touches, a lot of receptions. So don't sleep on the tight ends.
Yeah.
I've bet on Pat Fairmouth, who I probably butchered his name a couple of times for the Steelers, their rookie tight end. He's had a couple nice games with a touchdown, sneak-in touchdown, something like that. But the anytime score for Nick Chubb is going to be minus 190, which makes sense.
Ooh, yeah, that's high, but I mean, I get it. He should have one, maybe three. Let's just be real.
People like Nick Chubb. That's where I like to. You know, I don't bet on him a single touchdown. I like to take him as multiple touchdowns because 2 or more is plus 200, and that's a high chance that he's going to get at least 2 touchdowns.
Oh, very high chance. I mean, the Browns, let's be honest, the Browns should put up 30 against the Lions easily today. You know, how many the Lions put up on the Browns, that's the other thing. But the Browns at home, they just got absolutely waxed last week. Again, like they should be able to put up at least 30 on the Lions. For sure.
They've got some struggles they got to figure out because they should have put up 30 points on us too, and they only put up 10. But I'm not complaining.
That's true. Their offense is not clicking. I think Baker's playing through injuries without telling anybody too, thinking he doesn't want to lose his job, and he thinks he's Superman, and I think it's hurting that offense. So I'm with you. But I think Nick Chubb against that Lions defense, I don't think they're gonna have to ask Baker to do a whole lot today. I think Nick Chubb, also Dearness Johnson, or no, not Dearness Johnson, but Demetric Felton is coming back for the Browns as well. So they'll have a little more depth in that backfield also.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I love the Sunday, boys. It's going to be a good day, and it's going to end with Carrie Underwood singing to us, and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking home another dub.
We'll see. You know, I hope for you. I hope otherwise for my bank account. But, you know, for you two, I hope it goes your way, for sure.
PMA is all you need. Positive mental attitude.
Hey, you know what? We both win with a 31-24. So how about that? Let's just go there. Let's shoot for a 31-24 Chargers victory, and we're both in the good. It's all good there.
We'll take an L, and I'll get some money in my pocket.
There you go. Live to see another week. All right, guys. Anything you want to throw in there before we sign off, before these early kickoffs?
I just want to say I love the people, and I love our fans, and I just want everybody to keep coming back. We got some great things coming at us, and we want you guys to be a part of it. We care about you. We care about your feelings. We care about your feelings. So, stick with us, guys.
I got that was beautiful there.
Yeah, that hit me in the heart, for sure.
I got something for the people as well, and that's going to be that if the Steelers win outright, Mr. Red right there, he's going to wear that Miami outfit on that couch right there on Friday, next Friday's show.
Oh, you're not beating the Chargers. Let's go, Chargers! Let's go, Chargers!
I love this. That's fire with me.
Chargers. I'm not wearing that, so you're definitely not beating the
That'll
Chargers.
be an event. That'll be an event for a lifetime, right
Big
there.
man in small helmet and tiny shirt.
Yep. It'll go really well. Our own OJ McDuffie right here. That's that jersey. So we'll get you right, man.
And I'll add to it. If I gotta wear that, I'll tackle Mike in his own shit.
I love it.
On the front yard. We'll put lines and everything.
All right, I get the uphill side. You gotta go uphill, not down. That's fine though. We can do that.
All right, then it's on.
All right.
Hey, will you type that in on there? I want to see right next to the Steelers Chargers. I want to see Miami Mike will be tackled if Steelers outright win. I want proof. Writing. This is what the people want. Give the people what they want.
Hey, you know what? If we get 10 likes on this video, we'll push it through. We'll push it through. We'll make it happen. We'll get it done. You give us 10 likes on this video, we'll get it done.
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
All right, gentlemen. Well, that is our picks for today. Run through real quick. We got SteelCity with the Lions, myself with the Browns, Publichouse polls with the under in that game. We also got Publichouse polls for the Colts, SteelCity for the Bills. We are all three on the under for the Ravens-Bears game after that Lamar Jackson news. Publichouse, we got you for the Packers. We got SteelCity for the Vikings. For the Raiders, we have Publichouse and myself. SteelCity is a no play on that one. For the next one, we got myself and SteelCity on the Texans. Publichouse polls is on the Titans. Eagles, we are all three in. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hopefully they don't fail us. It worries me when we're all in on something. The next one is Steelers. Y'all are both on the Steelers. I am on the Chargers. Me and Red are on the Chargers. If not, you just heard what could happen if we achieve 10 likes. People out there, I hope you don't make it happen, but if you do, we will honor it. Publichouse polls is also on the under on that game, as well as the Steelers. Red is playing whatever the F in the background right now because he is not courteous to anyone but himself in this stream currently.
Let's go, Chargers!
Seahawks, Cardinals on the next one. That's myself and Publichouse polls. Get that shit out of here. Next one is Washington football team and the Panthers. We are all on the Panthers. We are all in on Cam Newton. Let's see if he can make it happen and get it done. Circuit contest picks with me and the chef are Browns, Ravens, Texans, Seahawks, Panthers. Not the Chargers. I tried to get it on there. He wasn't a fan of it. So technically the chef is also on the Steelers. Me and Red are on the other one, on the Chargers. I feel good about it, though. I feel good about it.
God damn it.
Again, anything left that you guys would like to say before we sign off for the week?
Yeah, I'm just promoting our 10 likes here. I'm going to get this thing to 10 likes, and when we win, I am going to be thrilled watching you get tackled right there next week.
Boom!
Hey, it's for the people. It's for the people. Publichouse, anything you want to toss in?
I just love everybody.
I just love everybody. So just reiterating what you said before, we feel the love, brother. We feel the love. Enjoy the rest of your day traveling these tough Georgian roads.
I shall.
All right. Well, good luck, everybody. I appreciate SteelCity and Publichouse being on with me today for the stream. Week 11 NFL show. as well as Mr. The Big Deal Red here to my right.
Let's go,
Always
Chargers.
the right pain in the right ass cheek. Let's go today, fellas. Good luck. Get ripped. We out.